Welcome to the Level Up Podcast. This is your host, Dre, aka Mr. Level Up, with my co-host, King of Harp.
Yo. What's good, Dre? How you doing?
Chilling, man. How was your weekend?
Oh, man. I feel like I blinked and it was over. How was yours?
It's always like that, man. It was a productive weekend. Did some stuff around the house and, what I'm saying? Things of that nature, man. But what we talking about, brother?
All right, man. So today, we're going to talk about Keke Palmer. Akeelah and the Bee. I can name the rest of the movies.
Nope.
She been in. Yeah. Nope.
You seen that last one? Nope.
Yeah. So apparently she went to a Usher concert.
Mm-hmm.
Now me, when I'm listening to it, I heard this on the radio station. So I'm like, so the guy was making it seem like, her man was making a big deal out of what she wore. He's like, she just had a lace front on, like a lace little blouse. And I was like, oh, like that's nothing to get mad at.
That's not crazy.
But when you hear the story, apparently she decided to wear like bare butt. So she had a skirt on and the skirt revealed. I don't know if that was like a thong going into a dress, but it had her.
I think she had a thong underneath. And then the dress was see-through. That's what I think, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, I believe it was because she just had her whole butt out. And she went viral for it. So I guess her baby father, he had some issues and he went to social media. And I guess he basically was like, he posted the video and said, this is how a mother's supposed to act. And I was like, a lot of people didn't agree.
Yeah.
But, I feel like he was upset. I don't know if he knew,
Not.
But me and you, we seen the video. You know, she was all up in Usher's face,
swinging back and
forth, singing songs. Yeah. She looked like she was a single woman.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah,
I'm not the smartest person in the world, but she looked like she was a single woman.
Yeah.
But, as this happens, I've had many conversations with women, and some women feel that she's not wrong for what she did. Me personally, I said it's a disrespect to her man.
Definitely.
And these females that was answering it, they were all single women. So I asked one of them, and I said, well, would you dress like that? And she said, oh, no, I wouldn't dress like that. But you want to stick up for somebody who decides to dress like that. And to me, it has to be a women's culture because there is a culture for men where if something's not right, we do call each other on it. But in this instant,
accountable.
That wasn't showing no type of accountability. Like, if you're a respectful woman, you have Keke for why we look at y'all in a different way because y'all don't want to address these issues. Everybody's like, oh, she could do that. She's just having fun. She has a nice body and wants to show it off. But at whose expense? Because if her man never knew she was going to wear that, and she didn't tell him that, and then she just hopped on social media like she was a single woman, how is that not disrespecting your man? And then especially when I know certain women would not do that because if a man is smart, he'll leave her. And it's a crazy thing. But, we going to dive into, I'm going to ask you a couple questions too, Dre. Like, first thing is like, what message do you think she was trying to send?
I don't know if she was trying to send a message. I just think she just wanted to dress the way she wanted to dress that night and look the way she wanted to look. But let's go back to what you was talking about before. Was that disrespectful to a boyfriend? Hell yeah. I'm like, I don't know if they live together, but I think the boyfriend should have, looked at her and said, nah, babe, you're not wearing that tonight. But I think if he had a culture with her already, like, yo, I don't like you wearing this type of stuff outside, especially if I'm not there. And then she would have respected that. And I don't think she would have did that, but I don't know if they had that culture at home. Keke, she's 29, he's 28. So she's got a year on him. So she's the OG, in the relationship. He's worth $500,000 net worth, according to Yahoo. Now, her net worth is 7.5, So I think the age and the money, like,
play a role.
Yeah, little man, I'm not listening to you. You make 500, or where your net worth is 500, mine's 7.5. Leave me alone. They have a boy together. So it's not like it's a little girl seeing her mom dressed the way she dressing, you know. But I feel like if he had a culture at home, she wouldn't have done what she did. So the man got disrespected, and you seen the tweet that he sent? You know, he's have a tweet talking about you and mom, what are you doing basically?
Yeah.
And you know, he erased it, and then he had another tweet basically saying, "I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it." But a tweet talking about basically, you know, this generation, the females, you know, don't respect being a mother and a husband and a wife and da 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 da,
Yeah.
some type of stuff. And then I guess he deactivated his Twitter, came back or Instagram, and then erased all her pictures. You know, so he seemed like he was the emotional one in this because she seemed undisturbed. You know, and they only had you know a 2-year relationship. They met in 2021. It's 2023. So they had the kid real quick. Their relationship is young, and he's on this little, you know, I don't know, tweeting spree, you know, saying what he's saying, erasing her pictures and everything like that, looking real emotional when he could have just waited till she got home and be like, yo, what the hell was you doing? You embarrassed me. Never do this again. You know, he could have just been stern, been direct, and then either they would have made it or not, because now they don't even look like they're going to, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
be a couple, you know what I'm saying? But you got disrespected for sure. I wouldn't want my woman dressing like that.
If it had to do with money, you know, like, you know, you just put up there, she make 7.5 and he made
her net worth
500.
500. So, like, how can, like, if I'm making,
I mean, he's still making money. He's making six figures, but compared to her, I get what you're saying.
she seemed like she more of the boss as far as money wise, because I don't know how their relationship. Maybe she's still submissive to him, or maybe not. Maybe she like, yo, I wear the pants in this relationship. You know what I'm saying? I make the money. I'm older than you. Like, sit back.
Another thing we saw this weekend, Adam 22, and I think this was the Plug podcast with his newly wedded wife. And then he brought the Slayer up there. All right, I call him the Slayer because he slayed his wife, bro. And it was a really cringy interview.
Yeah, I cringe so much, man.
We're gonna talk about this for a little bit. We ain't gonna overdo it like we did last time. But
not at all. He's not important.
But the thing that got me was that they asked him like, how was it, and he was like, rate wise,
no, they or Adam 22.
Adam 22.
Jason, give me a genuine review. How was it?
You want like a number scale or just like?
Numbers sounds like it could be hurtful, but if it's a high number, sure.
Like a 4.
100%, 9 out of 10.
He said, how was it? And he was like, you want me to rate it? Like, he was like, I feel like I'm going to feel some type of way.
It's a low number. I'll be feeling some type of way if it's a low number. Like, what? Bro, yo, before you get started on your take, would you ask another man that hits your girl, not even like, say she with you and she, you know, had sex with somebody else, like before y'all even met type of stuff. Hey, yo, you used to date my girl, right? Yo, how was it to you, yo? Like, that's just weird to ask somebody what they rate. It don't matter what you rate. It doesn't matter how I feel about it, man.
Facts.
For real. So that was a crazy, cringy question to ask another man that had intercourse with your wife, yo. It's just, wow.
It was the biggest violation ever. Like, and then he was like, my man was like, yo, 10 out of 10. No, he said 9 out of 10. You know, and I was like, but the thing was, his wife never rated it. You know, so it was just like uncomfortable.
If he asked her that question, I would have been cringing like crazy. Because I thought that's what he was going to do next. Hey, babe, what was his?
Yeah, I'm surprised he did, but I told you.
He probably asked her on the low, though, at home.
It looked like the video was edited, too. So... You know,
it was.
The
video we watched was edited. We watched the whole thing.
But the thing that got me is when he said that, you know, he was like, you know, he's like, listen, I couldn't do that. You know, he said I couldn't do that. You know,
you could do that. You a bigger man than me. I couldn't do that.
I couldn't do that. And then there was actually talk where the wife was saying, well, maybe you guys both can do the scene.
And I'm glad that he's only, you know, on Zoom and not here right now.
You think that would be awkward?
Yes. Also, I feel like I'd feel a lot of sexual tension, and I felt like we would have to do a scene
Oh
if you
my
guys were both
God.
here.
And I was just like,
That was crazy. That was another
know-
cringy. Like, really?
yeah, that's real. Sorry, as a black dude, I would have been like, listen, nah, that's too much, yo. Like, it's bad enough I
Yeah.
did this. Now you want him to be in the same room while I'm gutting you out? Like, did he get a turn?
Yo, I'll be so
Pause,
mad, bro.
yo.
I'll be so mad. Listen, like she said what she said. Like, if we all three meet up someplace, I would get turned on, you know, and I want to basically do both of y'all, you know. And that's a red flag because,
Yeah.
babe, you should feel like that when it's just me and you. Why, you know, the big guy need to come along for you to, you know, get turned on and want to do me, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, you already know, like, it probably was a 10 out of 10 for her, you know? It's like, it was cringy video, man. You know, I wouldn't be on FaceTime with somebody that just piped down my girl or my wife like a week ago, man. That's kind of weird, and asking them weird
Yeah.
questions. Yeah, whatever floats your boat, man. But this thing is on the internet, and it's just
It's a wrap
it
after
makes
that.
me feel uncomfortable. You know, really makes me feel uncomfortable because that's not my thing. You know, I wouldn't try to share my woman. You know what I'm saying? Let her alone my wife. You know, my kid. So that's kind of crazy,
Yeah,
man.
It just became different. If that was his girlfriend, I don't think it would have mattered. But when you say wife, like,
Yeah,
it's just, I don't know, man. Like,
yeah. Let him
let
do
me
his
ask you
thing.
this, yo. If your wife cheated, would you work through it or would you get a divorce?
If she cheated,
Yeah.
I didn't know about it. Like nothing like Adam 22. She just cheated on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I can't work through that, man. It's tainted. It's tainted pum pum. Like I don't want that no more, yeah. You know, like other things we could work through, but like when you give it up to another man, what about you, man? Same question.
Listen,
You
man. I
can
go.
work through it, talk through it, and then talk to the guy that pied down your girl and get some closure. You want to do that?
Nah, honestly, nah. Listen, I go by Fab model. Like,
Yeah,
yo, we ain't even like, it's like regardless, like you have a decision to
Yeah.
make. If I did something and you took me back, that's because you made the decision.
yeah,
It wasn't because, oh yeah, you felt an obligation. You made the decision, so I'm obligated to make my decision. I feel like I'm like you. It's tainted. It won't be the same.
nah.
I can't trust you. Like
Exactly.
I'm about to give you money my whole life, and then you might like potentially sleep with one of my friends or somebody that
Yeah, you
I
always gotta
introduce
worry
you
about
with,
that in the back of your head. You know what
I
I'm
can't
saying?
like it's like we could probably be cool one day, but as far as a relationship, I
Hell
can't
no.
because I need that trust and I need that loyalty.
Yeah,
You feel me? Especially if I'm giving it to you in return, like not to say men do make mistakes, but my goal is if I'm in a relationship, I'm trying my hardest not to cheat. And if I feel like something like that, I'll come to you and talk to you before something
Yeah.
like that happens.
keep it real.
Yeah, but as far as like somebody smashing my girl and me, listen, bro, I don't want
That's not-
seconds.
Yeah,
I don't.
that's not happening, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Adam 22, man. Live your life, brother.
Definitely, man. Do what
Yeah,
you gotta do,
Yeah,
man.
we'll make you happy, man. That's life, man. We only here one time, so have a good time. We're not here for a long time.
But just understand the decisions that you make, you gotta live with it, bro. You know, Dre, you asked me a really good question, and you was like, "Yo, what has Bynum done for the melanated community?"
Mm-hmm.
So me and you, we happen to fall into the same article,
Yeah.
and we're reading, and I'm just reading it, and
Yeah.
it says, "Oh, we reduced this for black families. We redid this." Only thing they did was just added black at the end of everything they said.
It was for everybody, every culture, every creed could get this, but they just put for black people at the end of the little sentence thing. You know what I'm saying? But
So Bynum's first, I think it's 90 days or 100 days in office. I'm gonna go with, I think it's 90 days.
Yeah.
He didn't have anything for us. Nothing for the melanated community. There was nothing on that paper for us.
Mm.
But he helped the Asians. He helped everybody else.
How we help the Asians?
Because you know the whole COVID thing happened. So I'm pretty sure I think they got reparations for that. You know, and no, it was some type of act because there's like hate crimes.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So, but it's
Yeah.
like this is what I don't understand, and I'm gonna say this: we went through 400 years of slavery, right? Holocaust lasts for 2 years, and after the Holocaust ended, we still was going through slavery. my thing is this: why does everybody pretend like we just didn't get out of slavery? And amazingly, we still have black people that's thriving more than people that this system is not built for us. You feel me? It's built for other people, but we're thriving in it.
Yeah.
You know, and what irks me is that somebody could sit here and be like, oh, you know, the Holocaust was crazy or this was crazy. Listen, I got pulled over. I didn't have nothing in the car, but because of my skin color, cops searched the car from top to bottom. You feel me? Officer didn't even ask me my name. I had my tag for my school. I showed it to him. He didn't even believe me. You feel me? This is the things I have to deal with to this day. The things I have to deal with. But it's like whenever somebody talks about the Holocaust or something else, we can't talk about it. But we get shot on the street and nobody cares. And I'm going to just say it like this. I'm not a racist, but if you're a person who act like you don't see what's going on with us and then sit here and say, well, that's not my problem, but I don't want y'all to get mad because that's not our problem. Yes, that's going to be a problem because those same black people will stick up for you if something happens. So you'll take me sticking up for you, but when it's time to stick up for me, you're going to run. And I said this to somebody, like even my son, if he has a white friend, you cannot hang around my son if you're willing to risk your life. And that's when my son gets older. If my son's 13 and he's hanging around with his white friend or he's 16, they're driving around, listen, you got to be willing to die for my son because my son will do the same thing.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to, I don't want you around him. You could call that racist or whatever, but I got to protect minds, period, by any means necessary. And I feel like as black people, we look blindly into certain things and we think, oh yeah, they have our best interests, and they really don't. You feel me? You have to understand people's motives because your kids are nothing to play with. My son, he could be 16 driving a car, get pulled over because I didn't teach him where to put the registration or the insurance. It could result in him getting shot. That's a real thing and the fact that people don't care about it, and there are people that show remorse, but it's mainly people who still talk, the Holocaust 2 months, and we had to listen, shut up, because we still was going through slavery. Come on, man, show us some type of damn support. You feel me? Like we're just getting out of it, and we're still trying to get on top, and we're trying to make sure that the field is even.
Yeah, check it out though. Biden, I think it was a clip out there. We both talked about it. Biden actually voting for that bill to crack down, give crazy time for people that had crack. And the people that was having crack back in the days wasn't majority whites. It was majority black people.
And these penalties range from an automatic 5 years in jail for any person caught with a rock of crack cocaine, a piece of crack cocaine as small as a quarter. I don't have a quarter with me, but if you visualize what one looks like, yeah, I do have a quarter. If you have a piece of crack cocaine no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand, 1/4 of $1, we passed a law through the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says if you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation. You get nothing other than 5 years in jail. Judge doesn't have a choice.
So black people's getting crazy time by something Biden passed, all right, with the crack epidemic happening. Has Biden helped black people since he's been in office? Not really. So I say no. Like he like when it came to the rental assistant, they ain't saying 41% of the people that got helped was black people. So he helped us, but by accident, not a direct like bill or something for us, but we vote for them. Where he wouldn't have been in office, it wasn't for us, for black people.
Facts.
So Biden owe us something. And he been doing nothing for us, but you know what he did for Ukraine? How much money he gave to Ukraine?
He gave them a massive amount of money.
$75 billion.
I thought we was broke. I thought the
Not
US
when it
was
comes
broke.
to other people. $75 billion in assistance to Ukraine. And since he's been in office from day one to now, he spent $4.8 trillion.
That's crazy.
All right?
That's crazy.
the deficit was at 27.6 trillion. Now it's at 32.4 trillion. All right. $1 trillion, if you stack it up in just dollar bills, would go 68,000 miles into outer space. And if you do it, with how much exactly? 67,866 miles in outer space. And if you put them end to end, they will go from here past the sun. That's $1 trillion. And he spent almost $5 trillion not on us. So we need to stop supporting people that don't support us, you know?
Facts.
Because if you're a working class black folk, the average black person in USA make $46,000. All right. The last couple of years, we call inflation been between 4% and 9%. So if you got like a 2% raise last year and it's 4% inflation this year, you just lost 2% in your raise. That raise didn't even matter. So if it goes all the way to 9% if your wealth is gone, we get taxed 22% in that bracket if you make $46,000, and life is just getting harder and harder for us under Biden. So why are we gonna be like, hey, let's keep voting for this freaking guy? No, let's stop it. You know, he just fall off bikes and do weird stuff, man. You know, like, he's clumsy. He like, nah, man.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to
Man, you got to look, people hated Trump, cool, but he gave us tax cuts. And the number one thing with people in the USA that really gives us stress is finances. So if somebody's in office like, hey, we're going to peel back this tax on you, we're going to do this, we're going to help you on that, I'm for that. I'm not for, hey, we're going to, incentivize like people that with bad credit. So we're going to make people with good credit pay for this, and we're going to help more people that have food stamps. So we're going to take money from you. And now I'm not with that. I'm with everybody doing their own thing and supporting themselves, So has Biden helped black folks? Hell no. I don't know if he ever will. So next time we vote, man, vote with our heads, man.
But it's like, even when you look at elections, and I have to say this too, and I'll probably catch some fire for it, but even with Obama, and I know a lot of people want to be like, well, Obama, they just wasn't giving him what he wanted. He was trying to get stuff passed, and he wasn't, but he got stuff passed for certain people, and he was in there for 8 years.
Yeah.
You feel me? So how does Trump come in right after him? The unemployment rate was down. You know what I'm saying? Small businesses was thriving. If you had a business,
a lot of
more
tax
entrepreneurs. Breaks, how is it that he came in and did all of that, but
helped everybody out, including
Obama
black folks?
couldn't really do anything. Like,
Obama
was just eye candy. That's what it was. Everybody was so happy they thought they had a black president. He wasn't black. He was Hawaiian, and his mother was white. So it's like, when you sit here and deal with all these factors and you actually looking into things, you got to understand, how is it our president that y'all call was black, which he wasn't black, but he's related to George Bush. They showed, when I was watching the news, Obama. They showed this. They showed this on ABC. They showed this on ABC News.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They showed them. They showed all the people Obama was related to. Okay. Now, mind you, listen, I'm black. All right? Now, I'm not related to any white person unless my family members marries a white person.
Yeah,
all right?
Then you that's your cousin-in-law type of thing.
Now, how is it, Obama, you're a black person, but your mother's white? You feel me? And you're a Hawaiian. Like, Hawaiian and black is not the same thing, is it?
Hawaiian, you just Hawaiian, just like,
it's
still
another
American.
race.
Hawaiian, you Hawaiian, it's just an island,
right.
Hawaii. So you're Hawaiian,
So
but you could be black, white, or whatever, or just a black, white Hawaiian. That's it.
But it's like, when we came in, the thing is that they played on all of us. I was young, so I voted for him. Definitely, I was listening when he won. We was over here. We was playing that Jeezy song. My president is black. My
man, I remember. Bro. Back in the days when he became president, like, I was watching him for like 4-6 months and stuff like that. Man, really, watching what he's doing. I was celebrating, my president black, and then I'm like, this guy's
Yeah.
like everybody else, you know,
nothing changed.
yeah, nothing changed. And I'm just like, yo, I just ignored it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just a regular Joe. I mean, a regular politician that say shit and don't do it. So it is what it is, you know?
But to me, Dre, that's how I feel about all politicians. Like, excuse me, like, I've been let down by these people for years. So I do not believe in our voting system. I really think people, what they need to do is boycott it. That's what they need to do, because I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah.
They pick our candidates. If you're not a part, if you didn't join a fraternity or you didn't go here, you cannot be on that stage. You feel me? We don't even get to pick. Like, if they had, like, if let's say it was a draft,
Yeah.
right? And we had to pick who we wanted in office, we can't pick. They pick. We just pick who we put in there. And I don't even think we really have a say in that, because, like, even Trump was saying there was discrepancies with the numbers and how the numbers wasn't being counted right. And, like, I really honestly believe, like, everybody play a role, you know? But you're not going to tell me to go up there and vote for somebody that's the lesser of the, that's less evil.
Yeah.
You know,
But that's what it is, bro.
But that makes no sense. So you mean to go up there and tell me, okay, I'm going to choose the devil or choose the devil?
Yo, you're
That's
not
it.
going to win. But that's what I'm saying. You got to listen to the policies, and whatever policy, you know, will help you more out in your life, then you go with that policy. Because if this president say, hey, we're going to give out more, you know, welfare and this and that, and I'm a welfare person, I'm going to vote for that person. But if I'm a working class person, this guy say, hey, I'm going to give the working class citizen tax breaks and tax incentives and this and that and the third, then I'll vote for that guy. Trust me, man. Like, Biden, I never wanted him in office. I'd rather Trump, you know, period. Honestly, he gave tax cuts, tax breaks for businesses, people. Like, he didn't say the nicest words and stuff like that. But all these guys are fakes. You remember when Hillary was going on that campaign run, and then she had some hot sauce in her pocketbook? Supposedly, everywhere she goes, she bring hot sauce. And then she was on the Breakfast Club saying that. So she was on, like, some, you know, another station, a Caucasian station. She would have been saying she bring jelly everywhere she go, or some type of nonsense like that. She wouldn't have been saying she have hot sauce. And then so do Biden. Like, when it comes to black folks, he acts a certain way around them. But at the end of the day, he doesn't help us. So big no on Biden for 2024. You know, that guy don't got my vote, man. Let's make a change for real.
For real, do your research. So affirmative action was taken away from college admissions. So from my understanding, affirmative action was used in, like, the big universities like Harvard, Yale. And so they would use affirmative action, and that's how they would get Latino students, Black students, Asian students, people of different color, different descents. So basically them stopping that, the only one that it affected was the people that are going to these prestigious schools. So now you won't get picked based off of your color. Maybe it's really will be because of grades, but I don't know. I don't really know exactly. But I heard Biden, he spoke on it and he disagreed with it. But here's my problem. And I'm gonna tell you this. I went to a Division III college. All right. So affirmative action does not work for Division III or Division II unless you're, like, a highly prestigious Division II school. I wouldn't even say Division III. I don't think it's like that either. But if you're Division III, they're not using that. So it won't matter. So it only matters to people that goes to these good schools, these prestigious schools. So with me, I could really care less now that I understand, because I honestly thought affirmative action was used across the board in every college. Now that I know that, I'm kind of happy because I got in because I was actually a good student. I wasn't an A and B student, but I actually got accepted because they were like, oh, we can take this guy. So it actually made me feel good. I'm like, the whole time I'm like, yo, affirmative action, like, you know, I'm going to get picked anyway. You know, they need more Black people there. But now I understand clearly. So it's like, I never used it in the first place, so it don't really apply. So it's a very small percentage of people.
Just the top colleges, like you said. Yeah, I mean, I never went to college, so, you know, I didn't get picked at all. So, so you're good on that, man.
But you went to trade school, right?
Yeah, I went to a trade school. You know what I'm saying? They gave grants because of my race. I know that. You know.
Yeah.
So hey, I'm always with that. Yeah, but affirmative action, you know, it was created for good. You know, and now they want to weaponize it like it's bad, but it's not bad in my opinion. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy did an executive order to put that into effect. You know, for employment and for schools and everything like that. So minorities can enter. When I say minorities, not just black people, Indian people, Asian people, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Different colors, different creeds, different nationalities, different everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, in college it's kind of like that because you have a diverse population in the college instead of just having one race, you know, and one culture basically. Now you have various of different culture, and I guess when you go to college you can learn as a student, you can learn from different people, get different friends, you know, and just learn, which is a great thing. And this affirmative action is going to affect the black community, I believe, you know, because sometimes we're just yeah, exactly, minority community period. So you know, you probably have a couple of 4.0 is like a perfect score in college type of thing, GPA. If you have like a 0.1 GPA lower than this guy, it's just because you're black now or you're a minority, they will put you in there. Now you got Yale on your resume, man. You got Harvard on your resume. You got one of these prestigious schools on your resume. Now, like, you're looking real good. Now you probably bumped up another 30,000 on it, just the strength of that, you know, because that's on your resume. Now that might be taken away. And the people that always get great grades and the best students, period, across the board, usually be Asians, man. You know, they be having like, I mean, I don't know if you had any Asians in your school, but they always, yeah, they always had the best grades. They always was the best students and stuff like that. So now you're gonna have a college full of Asians or in some other people, you know, like now it's not a mixed like bag anymore. Now it's not multicultural. The school is just like one thing. So I don't know. We see in you know, next couple of years what it does, but I don't think it's a good thing. This you know, reverse on affirmative action. I don't even know why this even came to be. It was good for 40 years. Why, you know? And some of the schools, I did my homework. Some of the schools are actually public schools, you know, colleges, and some colleges are private. I feel like if it's a private school, you know, the government should have no say in what goes on. But you know, as far as my take with it, man, affirmative action, I wish it stood, but hey. You know, now everybody's going to get in on the strength of their work, you know, which could be a good thing too.
No, it definitely could be a good thing. And it's going to affect like the people that really, really want to go to these institutions. It is going to affect them more. But like I said, there's more, you can go to other schools, you know, and I get it. People do it because of the name, you know, but if you can go somewhere else. If you may not get accepted, you can go to another school. You can work your way up and then try to reapply again and try to get in. But I say this, like, why would you even want to go to a school where you understand they didn't accept you because they don't need your kind no more? You feel me? And I'm trying. That's not even. It's not even that, bro. It's like, but that's what it kind of like. Well, not in every single institution, but for these prestigious ones, that's what it seems like, because it's just weird how all of a sudden, boom, we're taking away affirmative action. Like, what type of meeting was had? Like, how did y'all just decide we're just gonna end something that was kind of benefiting people that was helping them out before? But like I said, it doesn't affect me. But then again, I could say that, but then it's like, what if my son's really smart and then he want to go to, and then they just reject him? But that's all I'm gonna say today. This King Hart, we taking our identity back, and we out of here, y'all.
Sir.